Hey everyone, it's Caitlin and welcome to another video. This video is going to be one of my chit-chatty videos, so if you want to grab some tea, grab some food, hang out with me, or just play this while you do your makeup, or I don't know, cook or whatever, if you just want to listen to me talk for an extended period of time, this is your chance. So the topic of this video is going to be personalities, and I think that this is something that is very fascinating to me, I guess, but it's also very interesting, I think, to people in general. I get a decent amount of questions of people asking me for my personality type, and people always seem to be interested whenever I mention it. So I thought it would be fun to talk about it. And I just want to say, just generally speaking, before I get into specifics of my personality, that obviously YouTubers, they're going to act different in real life as opposed to their videos. And I think there are a few different reasons for this. The first reason, which I think is the most unfortunate and the one that I don't really want to happen to me, at least I don't think it's happening to me, is that they like portray a completely different person online. Maybe they're like super over the top and energetic, and that's just who their audience kind of knows them as, so they think that that's like what they have to be like, and then they're not like that at all in real life. I honestly personally have not met anybody who's like that, though I have heard stories of people out there who are like that, and I don't know, I think that's BS, because, you know, why can't we all just be real and cut the BS? But yeah, anyways, hopefully it's not that reason. The second thing that I have noticed is that I think a lot of people think YouTubers are a lot more outgoing and maybe even loud, and then they meet them in person and they seem more quiet and reserved. And I think there are two reasons for this. The first reason is usually on YouTube, unless you're filming videos that are more like this, where it are a longer format and just kind of casual in nature. Usually people do jump cuts. Jeez, I need to do jump cuts on this. I keep screwing up. Anyways, usually people will do jump cuts. I can't believe this. Jump cuts in between shots, which just simply means, like, for example, I just kept screwing up that word. I would probably just cut that out and re-say that sentence, and then just cut the video clip so it would be like a seamless thing, and you wouldn't be sitting here listening to me fumble over my words, or say I needed to take a deep breath before I said something. Some YouTubers will cut that out. You can tell in certain people's videos more than others, they will like cut out any silence at all, and it will all just be talking. And obviously no one talks like that in real life. We have to breathe, we have to like drink water, do other things. So I think that's one reason why people think YouTubers have a lot more energy and are more outgoing. The second reason is that I think in general YouTubers are pretty shy and reserved. And I know this may surprise a lot of people. Like, I feel pretty comfortable in front of the camera. I'm used to speaking to the camera. However, at the end of the day, it is a camera. It's not a person. And I think a lot of people are more inclined to start making YouTube videos because it is almost easier to talk to a camera, because a camera is an inanimate object. And a lot of people who have like social anxiety or are more introverted and just don't like going out and talking to other people are going to choose a camera over a social event with a lot of people. Introverts in general get exhausted from hanging out with large groups of people or being in social situations, and I can definitely say I'm an introvert and I feel that way. And YouTube is fun because I still get to connect with like a large audience of people and connect with people like you guys, but I don't have to like physically be present with all of you at once. Because honestly, guys, like, I go to parties or social events, and after 2 hours, I'm starting to feel it a little, but like after 3 hours, I am done. I am tired. As much as I love the people in the room, doesn't matter how much fun I'm having, I like mentally feel exhausted, and I need to go home and be by myself and recharge. And that's just really a characteristic of introverts. And I will say, I have met quite a few different YouTubers, and most people are like shy. And then once you warm up to them, obviously you can see their personality and stuff. But I would say most of the YouTubers I have met are introverted people. I honestly haven't really met that many extroverted YouTubers. And I'm like that too. Like, if you just randomly came up to me on the street, like, I am a lot more shy. And maybe I may not seem like that, but When I was a kid, I was super, super shy. I would not talk to someone if I didn't know them. In social situations, like, I would not go out of my way to introduce myself to people I didn't know. Things like that. I hated talking to other people. This is kind of unrelated, but I hated those big people who were in costumes. Like, I remember I had my birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese once, which is kind of like a crappy, dirty arcade for kids. And Chuck E. Cheese came out, like a guy in the costume thing, and he gave me a hug, and I started crying because I was so freaked out. Maybe that's just because those are creepy and not because I was shy. But anyways, I was a very, very shy person, even in high school, and the only thing that really changed that was that I got a job in a restaurant as a hostess, and I'm honestly so thankful that I worked in a restaurant as a hostess because, one, it taught me so much about the service industry, and I think everyone should work in a restaurant at some point in their life. And just so you know, I did later become a server, and I've worked as a server for several years in a few different restaurants. But two, it forced me to not be shy and to actually talk to people, because you can't not talk to people and take them to their seats. So I got to make friends through my coworkers that way, and I also learned the art of general small talk. I think that's really good. Like, as a waitress, you have to learn to talk to your table. Maybe I could do a whole other video on this and like common things that would annoy me as a waitress, or things that people say. Like, if you think, no offense, but if you think you're being funny by telling your hostess when they take you to the back corner of the restaurant, "Oh, are you trying to hide us back here?" We have heard that probably already 5 times that evening. So, no, it's not very funny. But anyways, sidetrack. So working in restaurants and in the service industry, where I was like forced to talk to people for my job, it helped me to become more sociable. So like, if someone approaches me in real life, I'm not going to be pretty shy or awkward about it, and I can have a conversation. But at the end of the day, I'm still an introverted person, and if I'm left to my own devices, I would happily be alone in my room or my bathtub, like reading a book or watching a movie and recharging that way. So now, on that note, I want to talk specifically about personalities, and I have my laptop here for notes, because I can't remember all of this. They're not like notes, I just want to look at this one website. So I think the most popular personality test is the Myers-Briggs personality test. I will link the website down below if you want to take the quiz. Basically, it is a quiz. I think it takes like 12 to 15 minutes to take, and asks you a series of questions. You rate from strongly disagree to strongly agree, and then based off of that, they have 16 different personalities, and there are 4 main categories of like things that you can lean more towards or against. And so, for example, one of them is introverted, extroverted. Those are that's one section of the 4. There are like 4 things, and each thing has 2 things. Does that make sense? It'll make sense soon. But anyways, so like if you're introverted, you're an I, and if you're extroverted, you're an E. So I'm an I for introverted, and I took the test a while ago. I'm going to put my results up here on the screen in case you're curious. If you take the test at different times, sometimes I think you get different answers, so take this with a grain of salt. But I am an INFJ, and I've read through most of the other personalities, and I think that this is the personality type that most resonates with me. So as you can see, based on the thing on the screen, I am introverted, intuitive, that's the N, feeling, and judging. I'm going to have the whole thing linked below so you can take the personality test and figure out what it is for you. But I thought it would just be fun to go through what the website says in their free section, because I'm not paying for the expanded section, but in their free section about the INFJ personality, to see if you guys know a little bit more about it. So the first thing that it says that I just want to call BS on is that the INFJ personality type is very rare, making up less than 1% of the population. Well, that might be true, but I think they are inaccurately giving these results to other people, because honestly, whenever I say I am an INFJ, so many of you guys comment and say you're an INFJ too, and maybe just the sub niche of vegan curious or vegan people who watch my videos in the world is densely populated with INFJs, but like, if it's less than 1% of the population, what are those odds? Because so many of you guys comment and say you're INFJs too if you've taken the test. So I just want to put that out there. I don't know if I really believe that. If I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at my screen. It says in general that INFJs tend to see helping others as their purpose in life. So let's go to strengths and weaknesses. Overall strength, it says like creative, insightful, inspiring, and convincing. Oh, thank you. Decisive and determined, passionate, and altruistic. And I would say I am pretty much all of these things. I would consider myself to be a pretty insightful person, and like I can see when someone is like physically upset or angry and stuff. I'm pretty sensitive to that, but I'm also an empath. But so like for example in the insightful, it says seeing through dishonesty and disingenuous motives, INFJ step past manipulation and sales tactics into a more honest discussion. And I totally think that's true. I can totally see when people are bigoted and it annoys me, but I usually don't say anything. Let's look at weaknesses. Sensitive, extremely private, perfectionistic, always need to have a cause, and can burn out easily. Yes, I would say I'm a very sensitive person. I try not to be, and I try to be like more laid back and chill, but that honestly takes a lot of effort for me. If someone says something that like annoys me or upsets me, if it's like a criticism, I can take it really, really harshly and really let it get to me. I try not to, but yeah. Extremely private. While you may think that I'm a pretty public person because I have a YouTube channel, I would still consider myself an extremely private person. Like I'm not really an open book unless it's with like my super close friends, and even then I still don't share like all of my life or all of my struggles or the things that get to me, I guess, with everyone. And yeah, I guess I always need to have a cause. I don't know. And then it says like in romantic relationships, for example, it says INFJs take the process of finding a partner seriously and they're not ones for casual encounters. And I would say that is 100% me. I don't know. I don't get the modern dating world, and I think it's a bunch of BS. And then with friendships too, I think it says something similar. There's a lot more detail on the site if you guys want to check it out. But it just says they have like a yearning for authenticity and sincerity, and it's kind of hard to befriend an INFJ at first because they are so private. But when they open up to you, you have like a long lasting relationship, and INFJs can be like really loyal too. And I'm totally like that. Like I have people who I are friends with, but I guess I would consider them more acquaintances. Like until I share something that was like very deep and personal, one, it takes me forever to share that because takes me a long time to like fully trust someone. But I don't really consider someone to be like my close friends unless I feel like I have the ability to speak with them about deeper things that are like more important in the grand scheme of things in the world. And then like with careers too, I thought this was interesting. It says INFJs are likely to find that most corporate career paths are not designed for them. I don't know where it said it, but like INFJs are best as their own bosses because they don't like people telling them what to do. And that's kind of very accurate. So I laughed when I read that. And yeah, that's basically it. That's just like an overview of the INFJ personality. Honestly, when I read it, I was like, yeah, that's so me. Like some of the good stuff and even some of the bad stuff. So I thought this was a fun video to film. Hopefully you guys found it interesting too. And if you know your Myers-Briggs personality test, let me know in the comments below, or you can take the quiz and tell me. And if all of you are freaking INFJs, I'm going to email those people and say, you need to update the statistics on this because it's not just 1%. But anyways, if you guys want me to film more videos like this, I thought it'd also be cool to maybe do like a horoscope one, or there is another type of personality test, or like, I don't know, thing. I can't think of the word, but it's called the Enneagram and it's a little bit different. So I thought it might be cool to do videos on those. So let me know if you're interested in that. Other than that, that's all I have to say for this video. So thank you guys for watching and tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!